There we go. Been looking forward to this one. Well, both looking forward to it and not looking forward to it. So, just gotta get a little burps out of my system here. And then we should have a good time. Just making sure everything's working. All right. Everything's working. We're good to go. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. I'm very happy to have you here, of course, every single day, give or take. I'll be live some days, most days, as I'm just going through last minute setups here, and then we're going to be talking about the Toronto Raptors. 215 subscribers, that just flashed before my eyes. I want to say thank you so much, everyone, anyone who is listening to this. Hey, I've been watching YouTube my entire life. I know what a good amount of subscribers, I know a low amount of subscribers. I know 215 is not the most in the world, but still, that number makes me smile. It amazes me every time I see it. Thank you, everyone who does watch, anyone who goes back and watches this VOD, and anyone who is watching the video. This won't make the video, but regardless, we're going to hop into it. Welcome to Today in Sports. Of course, your host, Curtis Collings, and we're going to be talking about the Toronto Raptors today, as part of me is worried. So, first things first, let me give you a little Raptors recap. What's been going on since the All-Star break, because this was our team of interest here on the CollingsThodeNetwork before we went on the All-Star break. I mean, I couldn't get enough of this Toronto Raptors team. It's been so exciting this year. Twitter's been loving them, so getting into it, we returned from the break. It was February 11th that we went on the break. That was our last game against the Detroit Pistons, who, yeah, they beat us pretty bad, 113-95. I'm sure we talked about that. And then, yeah, we've had 4 games since. We've gone 2-2, and so we'll do a little bit of a deep dive into that, as our first 2 games were cakewalks. We faced the Chicago Bulls and the Milwaukee Bucks. What else are we meant to do but beat these teams? Keep in mind, the Milwaukee Bucks had no Giannis, so that's obviously going to help a lot. So, diving in, first game against the Chicago Bulls, our first game since. Also, let me just adjust something here. All right, now we're good. Now we're not good. There we go. Now we're good. So, first game against the Chicago Bulls was, I mean, it was a win, but it was not good. Like, not good in the slightest, I would say. I mean, a win. A win is good no matter what. Let me not get ahead of myself. We won the game. That's good. That's always good. We won 110-101 over the Chicago Bulls. It wasn't a really good night for anyone, I guess. Brandon Ingram shot 11 for 26. Scotty Barnes, 5-14. Emmanuel Quickly, 5-12. Hey, Murray Boyles, 4-5. He was efficient at least, because no one else was. RJ Barrett, 3-10. Jacoby Walter, 4-9, but this was actually one of his more outstanding games lately. Yeah, it wasn't great, but we won. Brandon Ingram, with only 11 made shots, still had 31 points, 6 assists, 8 rebounds, so I'll always take that. 2 steals. Jacoby Walter off the bench, 22 minutes played here, I'm reading. He had 14 points and 3 steals, and watching the game, he was a menace defensively. I mean, that is what we want out of this guy. My guy, Grady Dick, only played 9 minutes, and he only had 0 points, which, yeah, it's been a disappointing year for Grady Dick, as moving on to the game against the Milwaukee Bucks, Grady Dick in that one played 16 minutes, and he had 4 points. He shot 1 of 6. Against the Thunder, the next game, we're just going to do a little deep dive here on Grady Dick before we get back into the games at large. He only played 5 minutes, 0 points. And then most recently against the Spurs last night in another losing effort, he got a DNP, didn't even play. It's just disappointing. It's so disappointing. That's a guy I had a lot of hope for this year, but whatever. Raptors versus Bucks. This again went great for us, 122-94. No complaints there, other than the fact that I was still heartbroken from the gold medal game, as that was Sunday, the exact same day, literally like 2 or 3 hours after the game finished. So, yeah, I was a little bit sad about that one. So I guess the Raptors had my back there. So, going back to that game against the Bulls, we shot 38 for 90. Horrible shooting night. We shot 7 of 23 from 3. Against the Bucks, we cleaned it up a little bit, 44 of 94, but three-point shooting was still abysmal, 16 of 46. It's just not been good enough, and it's been the very consistent issue with this team. The game against the Thunder, we kept it close, I guess, 116 to 107. We actually held a lead, I think, we held a lead going into half, I think, because the math skill's not great. We had a lead early. Let me just say that much to clarify. We won the first Q 32-25. Then we would lose the next quarter, the second quarter, 35-19. Not good enough. And then we would lose the third quarter, 38-29, and the game was just over at that point. The fourth quarter was where we actually kind of made it close. It was a 27-18 quarter for us, but made no difference. We shot 16-40 from 3. Yet again, just not good enough. It's 40%, sure, but against these teams that shoot a lot better than us, or excuse me, they shot 40%. We shot 18-38, which was actually 47% from 3. And we shot 46%, 41 of what looks to be 88, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. My eyes don't work as well as I wish. And then the Spurs versus Raptor game, we lost 110-107 because we couldn't make a three-pointer at the end of the game. And I saw a video about this, and I see a lot of people talking about this, and I guess that'll transition us into our next topic, which is I am worried. And I'm worried because what we saw at the end of the game was a good look, a very good look from Brandon Ingram. Perfectly came off the curl, shook Victor Wembanyama, got to his spot, pump fake, sidestep, and hit the side of the backboard. That's not great. The part of me that is worried is that everyone in the building knew that's where the shot was going. I did, you did, and this isn't Kawhi Leonard. This is not the 2019 Raptors where, yeah, we all knew that shot was going to go to Kawhi Leonard and he was able to take and make. I don't know if Brandon Ingram's going to be that guy consistently. He has been in the past. I will say Brandon Ingram has been a take and make guy. We can trust him, but I don't know. There's been a lot of issues scoring in the half court with this team, so much so that regular basketball media, not even Raptor fans like myself, are starting to get into it. Just the fact that we are a fast break team. Plain and simple. We really are. As soon as the game slows down, we don't have enough creators, and I think a big reason for that is post creation. We have none. No creation in the post. Everything has to operate from either the mid-range, which it primarily does right now, or the perimeter, which we don't have good enough shooters for that either. This roster is in such a weird spot because I like it, but I don't. Not bringing in a new center is killing us, in my opinion. Of course, defensively, yeah, we've actually been fine. We've actually not been bad. We held Chet Holmgren to a horrible shooting night. I say a Hartenstein in that same game. He was pretty all right, but not monstrous. Victor Wembanyama, we forced him to have one of his worst shooting performances of the season. He shot 3 of 12 against us, 1 of 6 from 3. He also had 5 blocks, though, because the offense from the post, while defensively it's great, it's been just as bad as it has been good on the other way. Because Jakob Poeltl's back, and some fans might have been clamoring for that. Some fans might be really excited for that. I'm more or less just excited to have another body in the rotation, but I don't like this guy. I can't get down with his play style. Hey, he's coming back from injury, so I will cut him some slack for maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, but these games just aren't cutting it. His first game back was against Detroit, then he had the All-Star break. Then he faced Chicago and Milwaukee back-to-back. Now, both those teams, Miles Turner is Milwaukee's best player, I guess. And the Bulls have, actually, is it Smith? Is it Jalen Smith? Let me look up. I guess it's, Jalen Smith played 24 minutes. Patrick Williams, 26. Matas Buzelis, he played quite a bit too. So, I don't know. I think there's a big question mark revolving around the perimeter offense. Like, defensively, again, Jakob Poeltl's fine, but when you look at the offense, you look at everything being created from RJ Barrett, I see big struggles with offensive creation and having the show run through this guy. And I guess the big thing that we'll get into also is Emmanuel Quickley. He is just not good enough. As looking over in the chat here, Mr. Reed 6 saying CMB is clearly still injured, and you are absolutely right. That thumb is taped up to hell, dude. He grabs his thumb on every play. Yep, you're right with that. Darko should rest him, give Terrence Jackson Davis a chance, and Yeah, why not? To your point here, Mr. Reed, Terrence Jackson Davis played 1 second. 1 second last night. And why trade for him if you're not going to play him? Okay, let me be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of the pickup. It's whatever. If he plays good, whatever. It costs nothing. I just wanted a genuine center. And of course, Sabonis now was the wrong option. I understand that. But if you're going to get Trace Jackson Davis, play him for more than a second. He literally came in for Victor Wembanyama's last rebound or last missed free throw, grabbed the rebound, call timeout. In the game before that against the Thunder, we had he didn't even play. He didn't play against the Thunder. And then against the Bucks, why did we trade for this guy if we're not going to trade him or play him? Against the Bucks, he came in, played 2 minutes 30 seconds, made his only shot and got a block and got a rebound. And then against the Bulls, what did he do? He didn't play. I don't know, guys. I don't know. He deserves a chance. I will completely agree with you there. He deserves a chance. Colin Murray-Boyles, especially for the playoffs, he is proven to be so valuable that why are we forcing all of this out of him as a rookie? Trace Jackson Davis played 10 minutes against the Pistons, had no points on one shot attempt. It's just, yeah, I agree with you. There is a lot of confusion revolving around TJD, Colin Murray-Boyles, CMB, his injury. It's questionable. It's questionable. And also questionable is still having Emmanuel Quickley lead the show. I cannot trust him. I can't do it. Sure, there was that Milwaukee game. He basically single-handedly won us that game. I'll be honest, he did. He had, I think, 30 points in the first half. Something crazy like that. He was incredible. But every other game in this stretch, not so incredible. I mean, our starting point guard in that game against the Spurs had 0 assists. 0. You don't accidentally get an assist. In the game before that against the Thunder, he had 4 assists. Before that, against Milwaukee, 9 because he was taking over. But then Chicago, the first game back from the All-Star break, 3. This guy's just not a ball mover. He doesn't get your offense initiated like you need. And Darko's trying his best, but I think there's things that Darko couldn't be improving a lot more. Of course, y'all know me. I'm a huge Jamal Shed fan. I think Jamal Shed should just be the starting point guard. I know he's a year 2 guy. I know he can't shoot. His shooting splits are horrible. This season, he's shooting 37 from the field, 32 from 3. Not good. Not good at all. But he is a playmaker and a dog defensively. In his last 2 games, in his last 3 games, he's had 12, 13, and 12 points. In that stretch, he had 6, 4, and 3 assists while only playing 22 to 18 minutes a game. This is the guy we got to be given the keys to. Fully. Now, yes, there are a lot of bad games from Shed, I'll be honest. But in 20 minutes per game, this guy's proven to be a leader, I guess is the word to say. I just don't see that from Emmanuel Quickley. So I guess that leads us to the bigger question is, sure, playoffs, I guess. Like, we're going to make them, but what's going to happen? I'm not optimistic, I can tell you that much. As we all know, the games in the playoffs, they slow down. They get a lot harder to score. I mean, our 2019 Raptors run was literally all about slowing the game down and prioritizing defensive stops and prioritizing getting clutch buckets. We beat the 76ers in the buzzer beater game 92-90 in 2019. So, yeah, that's what the playoffs are about, and that's just not what this team right now is about to me. Actually, no, I correct myself. I genuinely feel like this Raptors team can be a team that prioritizes slowing down the other team's offense, slowing down their best scorer, being dogs defensively. But if we have to face any big man who is worth their salt, no, it's not going to work out for us. We're going to lose that matchup. Sandro, Jakob Poeltl, not good enough defensively inside. Scotty Barnes can only do so much. And that's the thing, too. We're going to have to really be selling out on defense. We're not going to have those fast break opportunities like we do right now in the regular season. It's just not going to happen. When we have to walk the ball up the court with the enemy defense ready, I'm worried. That's what worries me. Right now, if the season were to end, we'd be facing the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we would we would lose in the first round. Horrible as it is to say, and I know I'm a Raptor fan, I don't like saying that, but there is nothing we could do to stop the combination of Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. Not at the moment, especially if they're on the floor together. And then you look at their guard situation. You have James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. Who is stopping them? I can tell you right now, it's not Brandon Ingram. It's not IQ. It's not going to be RJ Barrett. I just don't see a world where this team can hold on strong enough defensively to make up for the can make up enough defensively to make up for the offensive shortcomings. I don't see it, and it's too bad. If we had a situation where we could face the 76ers, I might like it more, but even then, that's a team that has a ton of talent, and it's worrisome. I guess that's all I'm going to say, is I'm worried that we're not going to be able to hang, and we haven't been able to hang in pretty much any game we've played against a good opponent, and that's also worrying. In all of the games where we're really getting destroyed, like really poorly getting destroyed, I mean lately, I guess, the Spurs, we have to beat teams like this. The Thunder, we have to beat teams like this. The Pistons, I mean, those are 3 teams right there. The 1, the 2, and I think the 1 seed in their respective conferences. I literally have the standings in front of me. The Pistons are the 1 seed, the Thunder are the 1 seed, and the Spurs are the 2 seed. So yes, the top 2 seeds, we can't beat them. Continuing down the list here, we lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves. We lost to the Orlando Magic. We lost to the Knicks. These are the teams that matter. These are the games that matter, and we can't get it done. Our wins as of late have come over the Bucks, Bulls, Pacers, Bulls, Jazz. That means literally nothing. I could suit up for the Bulls, the Jazz, the Pacers, and not look out of place. And I'm a 5'11", out of shape white boy. So no, I don't really hold a lot of value in the wins over those teams. I just can't. And if you do as a fan, good on you. I mean, it's fun to watch a win. I could give you that. But it's not giving me optimism. It's not giving me hope going into the playoffs. And there's nothing else this team can do. So I guess we just got to grit our teeth and bear it and see what the playoffs have in store for us. I'm predicting 6. Maybe we win 2, but it's going to be tough. We just need Scotty Barnes, I guess, to go nuclear. We need Brandon Ingram to make every last shot he takes. And I guess we need a miracle. So we'll have to wait and see if that happens. But until then, that's going to do it for me today. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit like, subscribe to the CollingsThodeNetwork. Until next time, peace.